Hello everybody and welcome to War Memorial Stadium on the campus of Washington Lee High School in Arlington, where the Generals are ready to host the Wakefield Warriors in Boys Lacrosse. This is a non-conference game, but it's definitely an in-county game, a rivalry game, as the Generals and Warriors battle for some bragging rights here in Arlington. Both teams are coming off a loss in their last game. In fact, Wakefield is looking for its first win of the season. The Generals, on the other hand, started out very strong this season. They were 5-1 at the beginning, but they've dropped 6 straight games. They're hoping to rebound. Both teams trying to get into some momentum, some positive momentum, before their conference tournaments start in about a week and a half. So the teams are greeting each other at the midfield, and we're ready for an exciting evening of lacrosse. We'll begin with the face-off. I'm having trouble reading the numbers, but and we're underway. And Wakefield struggling to control it at the start. But the Generals come up with the ball. They're setting their offense now. That's Sam Young, who passed inside. Now the pass gets away. Kieran Burns recovered it. And now it's back to Sam Young, looking for an opening in this Wakefield defense. Ball gets away. Wakefield has recovered. Washington Lee will take possession, keeping the ball down at this end of the field. Shot missed. Scatters outside, out of bounds. Washington Lee retains possession. Pass comes inside to Trevor McManus. Again, looking for an opening. Fighting his way through a field of Wakefield Warriors. His shot goes high as it bounces over the net. And now Wakefield has possession. The goalie blocked the shot. Passed off to his teammate. Up, bit of a scramble for the ball. Washington Lee being aggressive on offense, keeping the ball down at this end of the field. Now they try to set the offense again. Sam Fitz throws it inside. It's moving a little bit like a chess match right now. Both teams trying to feel each other out in the early going. Pass inside, there's a check. Warriors fighting for it right now. Scramble about 15 yards in front of the goal. And a flag is thrown. Both teams were aggressively going after the ball, and the official thought one of them was a little bit too aggressive. 30-second penalty given out. And it looks like Washington Lee will retain possession of the ball. And play is underway again. Sam Fitz to the far side. Back to Sam Fitz. There's a shot, and it's a goal. And the Generals get on the scoreboard first. 9:33 into the first quarter. 9:33 left in the first quarter, and the Washington Lee Generals are on the board. About a mid-range shot, but he was able to get through several defenders, which blocked the view, screened the view of the goalie for Wakefield. All right, we'll come back to a face-off. Washington Lee looking to keep the aggression going on offense and keep the momentum in their favor. All right, they pick up this face-off. Trevor McManus on the far side, trying to shake his defender and maybe get a clean shot. Retains possession, but then it gets away from him and fight for the ball. Some good ball recovery by Robbie Moore. And the Generals continue to keep the ball, keep pressure on the goal. Pass around, another shot, and another goal. Two 2-0 with 8:54 left to go in the first quarter. The Generals out to an early lead. I think that was Sam Fitz on the goal. Not a very long shot, but he found net. Got it past the goalie. He will face off again. And Wakefield won the face-off, retaining possession. He's getting very pressured. That's KJ Rutkowski, who came up with the face-off and brought it downfield. The ball got loose at the far end, and now it'll come back in. Wakefield in possession as they look to get on the scoreboard, get back in the game. Down early, 2-0. A lot of pressure. The ball gets away. Some tight defense by Alec Tober. Pressuring Wakefield, and now Washington Lee again can move upfield. That's Robbie Moore on the move. Robbie Moore found Sam Young relatively undefended down by the goal. Worked a pass in, and it was a relatively easy goal for Sam Young. So it's 3-0 Generals with 8:07 left to go in this first quarter. All right, facing off for the Generals is Jose Berengal Arroyo. And there's the face-off. Wakefield has possession, but can they retain it? Yes. Coming downfield, Justin Moore for the Warriors. He's finding it hard to get close to the goal. He makes a move, shot doesn't go. There's a fight for the ball, it's out of bounds. And Washington Lee will get possession. Some good defense, and Tace Fitzmaurice lost the ball coming upfield. Now Wakefield has the ball. KJ Rutkowski couldn't retain it though. And again, the Generals have it moving upfield. It's out of bounds. Sean Wilson for the Generals tried to come upfield with it, but was under intense Wakefield defensive pressure. You know, both these teams, like a lot of the teams in the area, have had to deal with rough weather this spring. Last week, the Generals were in a gale storm having to take on the Yorktown Patriots. I imagine with the beautiful weather we have tonight, some of these players might be finding it a bit uncomfortable or maybe just unusual. We have to adjust to good weather. All right, Generals with the ball, trying to move up. Gabe Fernandez passes to the far side. Double coverage, though. Now it's back to Justin Moore. And Gabe Fernandez again. Back to Justin Moore. Moore takes a shot. It goes high. Wakefield will retain possession. Clock is stopped while the officials sort out the game situation. We've got 6:48 left in this first period. Washington Lee Generals up on top, 3-0 over Wakefield Warriors. All right, Wakefield will bring it in. Down by the W&L goal, looking for their first goal of the night. It goes up top to Jamal Zagout. He's in motion. He's got about 4 defenders around him. Couldn't get much of a shot off. Easily blocked by the Washington Lee goalie. All right, the Generals back on the attack. Sam Fitz. Brings it down. Backs off. Lets the offense get set up. Fitz again. Looking for an opening. Chance to pass. There's the pass. The pass went into Kieran Burns. The shot, however, was high and wide. So the Generals still with the ball, still on the attack. Fitz, the table setter for the Generals. About 30 yards away from the goal, midfield. Another pass, another shot, high as Kieran Burns again gets high. And the Generals will keep the pressure on. All right, the Generals setting up their offense. They pass behind goal. Tough fight for the ball. And the Warriors have it, but they've got to get upfield now. It's James Berlin who got the ball, had to find a teammate to pass, so they've lost it. Washington Lee has been very aggressive on offense. They're controlling the tempo of the game. And more importantly, they're controlling the geography of the game. They're keeping the ball down on their opponent's goal, keeping goalies for Wakefield under pressure. All right, letting the offense get set. Sam Fitz passes over to Kieran Burns. Burns passes into Tate Fitzmaurice. Pressure on goal, but the shot is blocked. So firing from close range, the Generals, but they couldn't get it in the net. They retain possession and keep on the offensive pressure. All right, they let that get one get away. Warriors have the ball. They'll try to move upfield. Take some shots on goal for themselves. Oh, and he's down. Tough run by Wakefield. That was Jamal Zagout. He takes a breather now. Matt Rosen goes in to give him a rest. Jamal Zagout brought the ball up through several Washington Lee defenders, evading them, and retained possession. All right, now Wakefield Warriors trying to give their offense a chance to play out. Some tight defense. He loses the ball. And Washington Lee ends up in possession. Ball's out of bounds. It will go over to Wakefield. So Wakefield now gets a chance to keep the pressure on Washington Lee. Matt Rosen passes to Justin Moore. Moore goes cross field. Wakefield Warriors are being somewhat patient. They're down 3-0. They want to give their offense a chance to find some openings and get some good shots. So with 3:18 left to go in the first period, with the Generals up 3-0 over the Wakefield Warriors, we've got a timeout on the field. It was senior night here earlier for Washington Lee, the host team. The seniors were honored, several of them. This is a very experienced Washington Lee lacrosse team that's on the field. There's only a couple of freshmen on the roster, on the varsity roster. They've got a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, so they're bringing a lot of experience into the game. Last year, Washington Lee finished up 10-7 on the year. And in the district tournament, we had district tournaments last year, Washington Lee won its first round game before losing the next 2 games and getting bounced from the tournament. But they went 10-7. A year ago, the Wakefield Warriors finished the season 3-7 on the year, and they lost to Yorktown in the first round of the district tournament. The teams are in different conferences this year, so the Wakefield Warriors will be playing in Conference 13. Their tournament kicks off a week from Friday, while the Generals will be playing in Conference 6, and their tournament kicks off also a week from Friday. All right, play is resumed. Justin Moore under a lot of pressure, looking for a shot, and he loses the ball. Now Washington Lee on a fast break. That's Robbie Moore. Brought it up, could not get a shot on goal. Ball's out of bounds on the far side. Pass goes wide. Possession now at Washington Lee Generals. Kieran Burns moving upfield on the far side. Passes cross field. Pass was intended for Wally Schutz, but he couldn't catch up with it. Wakefield will get the ball and a chance to try to move upfield first and then set up an offense and try to get on the scoreboard. 2:23 left to go in the first period. Generals up 3-0. Wakefield inbounds the goalie. And the goalie is going to run. That's Alex Gilmore. All right. Washington now trying to control it. They've got a steal. Now they've got to close the deal on the steal and maintain possession. They do that. Now they're ready to move upfield. Long run. Another goal. Long run by Philip Adority, one of the seniors. But it paid off. He scored to put the Generals up 4-0 with 1:48 left to go in the first quarter. So we will go back out for another face-off at midfield. For the Generals, Jose Berengal Ararillo will try to take possession. And we're underway. Wakefield has the ball. That's KJ Rukowski who came up with it. Now he's trying to move upfield, heavily defended. Running some trouble, he makes a pass. He managed to get it to his teammate, Raymond Palmer. The Warriors have a little play action going here. Palmer goes down. Shot on goal from Justin Moore. No good. Generals get the ball. And now they put their offense into play. That's Philip O'Doherty, the senior. Coming under some heavy defense. Close to midfield. And Wakefield will get possession of the ball. Justin Moore trying to set up a play. Pass his teammate, KJ Rukowski. Rukowski gets the ball back. General's defense is not giving Wakefield Warriors very much to work with on offense. Just 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Rukowski takes a shot, and they're on the board. Beautiful shot by KJ Rukowski. From about 15, almost 20 yards out. Found the lower corner of the net, and now it's 4-1, with just 14 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Well, the Warriors are on the board. When they played a year ago, these two teams, it was a 9-3 win for Washington Lee. Again to the faceoff. Rukowski has the ball, but can't control it. And Rukowski's going to sit out for a sub. Raymond Palmer is coming in to give Rukowski a break. Final seconds here. Generals trying to control the ball. Wakefield has it. They're going to run upfield, but that's the end of the first quarter. So with 1 quarter of play done, the Washington Lee Generals have taken a 4-1 lead over the Wakefield Warriors. As I was saying earlier, it's been a rough spring weather-wise. These teams play on synthetic turf, obviously, but the conditions of playing in the rain, of having practice in the rain, of just not even having enough chance to get out on the field, can definitely be frustrating for the players. We've got a beautiful, beautiful night tonight here on the campus of Washington Lee High School. I'm sure the parents and the other spectators here in the stands are very much enjoying comfortable conditions to see their student athletes play. So if your coach, Frank Clay of the Wakefield Warriors, you knew this was going to be kind of an uphill battle. The Generals have struggled lately, but they've still won 5 games this season. So you're probably not too discouraged of what you've seen in the first quarter. It's 4-1. The place where the Warriors have struggled in games this season has been mainly on offense, having trouble getting the goals on the board. They've played some tight contests, the Warriors, almost beating Stewart. They almost beat Parkview. They almost beat Trinity. But it's been that offensive struggle that has kept them out of the win column. So tonight we're seeing some signs of some offensive life from the Warriors. They're finding it tough to move against that Washington Lee defense once they get the ball down at that end of the field. But they're able to maintain possession and get some shots off. And KJ Rukowski put the Warriors on the scoreboard with a terrific shot from about 20 yards out. All right, the face-off to begin the second quarter. We are underway in the second quarter. Wakefield, KJ Rukowski comes up with the ball. Warriors in motion. Trying to move quickly and get down for a shot before the defense can set. Ball goes wide, and Washington Lee will take over. That's Wally Schutz bringing it upfield. He looks downfield. He's got his teammate Peter Cook. Cook struggling to maintain the ball. Will Grossman comes up with it. Grossman back to Peter Cook. Now the Generals relax, and they get a shot on goal, but it's wide. Not a bad shot. He had a lot of open ground between himself and the goal. That was Kieran Burns on the shot, but it was wide. Goalie did not have to block it. Fortunately retains possession, keeping the pressure on. They're down by goal. A lot of activity in that small area in front of the goalie. Now they pull back and get a chance to regroup. And another goal. Well, if they keep the pressure on long enough, the ball will find its way into the goal. And now the Generals are up 5-1. A little more than a minute into the second quarter. All right, we'll go back out to midfield for another face-off for the Generals. Jose Berengal Araujo facing off most of the game. KJ Rukowski for the Warriors. Rukowski looked like he might have had it. And the Warriors they couldn't control it. They had the ball in motion. That was Nate Jones in motion, but they couldn't control the ball. Play was stopped. 10:37 left to go in the first quarter. And we resume with the Warriors on the offense. KJ Rukowski on the near side. Passes to his teammate Andy Razavon. Again, the Generals' defense. Stay in position, not giving the Wakefield Warriors an easy opening. Forcing them to take their time and be patient. Now they're back out close to midfield. Heavily defended. Justin Moore gets a pass off. Warriors retain possession. Still no easy openings. Back to Justin Moore. Andy Razavon. Andy Razavon. There's the shot. It's blocked. And we have a penalty flag. Clock is stopped with 9:37 left to go in the first period. The second period. We have a 5-1 game. The Washington Lee Generals up over the Wakefield Warriors. So the officials are sorting out the penalty situation. They have communicated it to the official scoring table. Plays back on. Wakefield Warriors with the ball. Unforced error, I guess I would say. Long run for Michael King. Michael King loses the ball. Peter Cook comes up with it. Cook retains control. Kieran Burns now. We have some substitutions. And the Wakefield Warriors will take over the ball. Down 5-1. Trying to get something going. Gabe Fernandez moving upfield. Fernandez evading some defenders. Still in control. He's being forced to the sideline. Over the shoulder pass. He makes the connecting to KJ Rukowski. Back inside to Jamal Guzagout. Shot on goal. Not good. Blocked by the goalie. Washington Lee now on the attack. Ball in midfield. Minor skirmish there. It comes down to Peter Cook. Back out to the top. Now Kieran Burns is trying to set the offense. Cook with the ball. Pass goes wide and out of bounds. And Wakefield will take over the ball. 8:08 left to go in the second quarter. 5-1, Generals on top. Now the Generals had it, couldn't maintain possession going upfield. Couldn't control the pass. Quick shot on goal, goes high. And Wakefield Warriors will regain the ball. Down 5-1. No more than 4 minutes into the second quarter. And the Warriors trying to get upfield. KJ Rukowski gets the ball midfield, moves down in position. The ball is up wide. It's loose. Warriors recover. Gabe Fernandez. Yeah, but they can't control it. Generals now on offense and in motion. Robbie Moore passes off. Shot wasn't good. And again, the Warriors couldn't get the ball downfield. Generals took over the ball, rushed upfield. Shot goes wide. Warriors will take over the ball. Clock is stopped with 6:50 left to go in the second quarter. All right, the Warriors finding things a bit tough going up against the Washington Lee defense. They're down 5-1. All right, Wakefield in motion. Kind of a fight for the ball in the far corner. Possession goes to Washington Lee Generals. Substitution now for the Generals. Ollie Schutz coming back into the game. Generals setting their offense. Warriors in a somewhat of a circular defensive position in front of their goal. Another goal! And the Generals will go up. Generals go up 6-1. 5:58. We're halfway through the second quarter. The Generals have a 5-goal lead. And we have a timeout on the field. Well, if you're the Wakefield Warriors, you've got to be a little bit concerned about getting more pressure on the Washington Lee goal. You want to get your shots in. You want to make them work. You want to give your own defense, your own goalie a break. But they've been struggling to bring the ball upfield and keep pressure on in this quarter. The Generals have shown a good ability to strike quickly on offense. Their goals have been coming when they don't give the Warrior defense a chance to set up, get in position. Like so many aspects of this game, the offense and the scoring depends a lot on the speed with which you can keep pressure on. It was senior night here at Washington Lee. Before the game, we had a nice ceremony honoring some of the seniors. Some of them played all 4 years for lacrosse. This is their first year. But they're all been honored with their parents and their guardians. Always a nice ceremony at the high school level in any of the sports. Senior night. All right, so the timeout is ending. The teams will get back out on the field. Going back out to face off again, Jose Berengal Arroyo. And he'll be facing off with KJ Rukowski from the Wakefield Warriors. Rukowski has shown the ability to get that first possession of the ball in these faceoffs, but he and the other Warriors in this quarter have struggled to hold that possession and move downfield with it. All right, ready to begin again. 5:58 left to go in this second quarter. Washington up 6-1. Rukowski has it, but a bit of a skirmish. Washington comes up with the ball. All right. Hard fall. We have a penalty flag. Let the officials sort this out. Rukowski stopped by the sideline. Now he's going back into the game. Shot goes wide. 5:30 left to go in the second quarter. Washington with the ball. They're setting their offense. Hard shot on goal. Again goes wide. That's 2 shots from Peter Cook. Both wide. The far side of the goal. Washington will get another crack at it. Very quick goal. They inbounded and immediately found someone open. And that ball found net. So now it's 7-1. Washington Lee getting to a comfortable lead right now. 5:09 left to go in the first half. All right. Jose Berengal Arroyo facing off KJ Rukowski. Rukowski comes up with it. Trying to move upfield. He's still on the far side, still in possession. Loses the ball. Looks like Washington has gained it again, and they'll be able to move upfield on offense. So the Warriors this quarter stymied by their inability to maintain possession when confronted with this very tight Washington Lee defense. All right, now the ball changing hands. Washington Lee seems to have come up with it. That is Robbie Moore. He fell. And the officials have stopped play. All right. Underway again. Washington Lee keeping that pressure on the Wakefield goal. Ball behind goal. Comes up the top. Another shot on goal. And another goal. Short range, less than 10 yards out. Washington Lee now up 8-1. They managed to get inside of that defensive alignment that Wakefield Warriors have been putting around the goal. Found someone open with a pass, and he made it a fairly easy shot. So again, we'll go to the faceoff. KJ Rukowski, Jose Berengal Arroyo. Moore's winning the short-term face, winning the battle of the face-off, but they're losing the war of possession. This time, Berengal comes up with it. He backpedals, look for a teammate. He finds Will Grossman open. Grossman brings it downfield, passes off. And now the Generals behind the net, trying to find someone to screen an opening and get a shot, and they do. 9-1. So the Generals have taken advantage of being able to control the ball behind the net. A player can cut across and be screened, and if they can get a pass to that player, the player's got an easy shot. So with 3:46 left to go in this first half, we have a 9-1 game now. Generals starting to pull away. Rakowski and Berengal Ario again facing off. Ball gets away. And the Generals have the ball. Pass upfield. Ben Perko. Pass it off. Now he's got to fight for it. A little bit of a skirmish. He's fighting with Justin Moore for possession. Ref calls play dead with 3:23 left to go in the first half. And he gets called for a push. Wakefield goes into its defensive position. Generals setting up their offense, this time in front of the goal. They go back behind the goal, back up top. Ben Perko on the near side. Ball's out of bounds. Clock continues to tick. We're down to 2:58 left to go in this first half. And another goal. So the Generals are now up 10-1. They've been able to take advantage of that cluster right around the front of the net. It screens the goalie from the ball. They find someone open, and they get a fairly short-range shot. Most of their last half dozen or so goals have all been short-range shots. Once again, we'll go to the face-off. And Berengal comes up with it, but can't control it. And he sits out. Berengal comes out for Will Grossman. I'm sorry, Sam Young going in for Berengal. Washington Lee with that behind the goal pressure. Wakefield Warriors are contesting them now, though. Some good defense. They come up with the ball. Warriors on the move. They're in midfield. That's Noe Quadra who came up with the good play. Fought his way to midfield under intense pressure from the Washington Lee Generals. He'll sit down and get a rest. Penalty flag on the play. Penalty flag, and the officials are sorting it out. 2:12 less to go in this first half. Beautiful night for lacrosse here at War Memorial Stadium. The Generals in a very commanding 10-1 lead right now. Warriors got on the board in the first quarter. A long-range shot from KJ Rakowski. But they haven't been able to maintain much offense other than that. They have the ball now. They're putting pressure on the Washington Lee goal. The Generals have their defense set up. A pass inside. It gets away. Ball up in the air. They're contesting for it. And Washington Lee has come up with the ball again. So the Generals were able to get a defensive structure going on that last play, but couldn't convert into a good shot on goal. Now the Generals back on offense. They set up another shot on goal, and it's in. 11-1 now. Good shot on goal. Again, it was after the play had not had a lot of time to be set up. They moved the ball fast. They got inside, found someone open. And with 1:14 left to go in the first half, 11-1, Generals out in front. Once more to the faceoff. KJ Rukowski for the Warriors. I think that it's still Jose Berengal Adorio for the Washington Lee Generals. A couple substitutions going on right now. Peter Cook coming back in for the Generals, and we're ready for the faceoff. Possession to Wakefield. Rudkowski sets the offense in motion. Ball behind goal. And the Warriors will retain possession of the ball and try to work from behind the goal now. They win down with 58 seconds left to go in the first half. Down 11-1. Warriors looking for an opening against this very tight Washington Lee defense. And here come the Warriors. They're fighting for the ball, and the Generals have stolen it. Robbie Moore, tight defense. He gets a shot on goal. Fast break shot on goal, and suddenly it's 12-1 with 41 seconds left to go. Robbie Moore contested for the ball at around midfield. Managed to pry it away, and then he won the race to the ball and just kept right on running. Sprinted upfield. Good shot on goal. And we have a 12-1 lead now for the Generals. 41 seconds left to go in the first half. Berengal Ario and Rudkowski facing off. Rudkowski with possession, in motion, trying to pressure the goal. Passes right to Justin Moore. Shot on goal. It's good. So the Warriors are struck back. Now we have a 12-2 game. Justin Moore received a pass about 10 yards out from the goal. Ran it in. Slipped it past the Generals goalie. So the deficit is back to just 10. 12-2 now. Generals on top. And we're down to about a half minute left to go in this first half. Rukowski, Berengal Ario, again at the faceoff. Rukowski comes up with it again. Struggling to control it. Stymied around midfield. He passes off. But to the wrong player, unfortunately. And the Generals are now back in command. Philip Doherty with that ball. The steal. A lot of pressure on the Wakefield goalie. Been pressured all game. Action behind the goal. And that's the end of the first half. So with the score, 12-2, the Washington Generals have a commanding lead over the Wakefield Warriors. I'm Michael Shea, along with the rest of the Arlington Independent Media crew. We'll be back after this for the second half.
I'm John Quinn, and you're watching Arlington Independent Media.
And we are back for the second half. Washington Lee Generals hosting the Wakefield Warriors. Back to the center of the field, Jose Berengal Ario. RJ Rukowski facing off. Generals have possession, as they've done through much of this game. That's Sean Wilson with the ball. He tried to go down the near side sideline. couldn't find an opening, brought it back out. Give the Generals a chance to set up their offense. They've been having particular success working the ball behind the goal, letting things get a bit clustered around the goal, find someone open for a quick shot. They're up 12-2. Sean Wilson on the near side, back up top to Wally Schutz. Peter Cook passes off, back to Cook. Generals apparently in no hurry. They've got a 10-goal lead. We're a minute into the second half. Now the ball comes in tight. Momentarily lost it, but they retain possession. Wakefield, again, brought the ball upfield. Running into trouble maintaining possession of the ball in the face of a tight Washington Lee defense. For the Warriors, Matt Rosen takes a seat. After some hard running, now the Generals back on the offense. Working the ball behind the goal. A lot of success in this game doing that. Passing around the far side. Karen Burns passes down low. It's Ben Perko. Well back in the field. And the Generals continue to circle. Pass in a circle. Looking for openings in this Wakefield Warrior defense. Warriors desperate to try to stop them, the Generals from scoring and try to claw their way back into the game. They're down by 10 goals. Almost 3 minutes have gone by in the second half. Action in tight. Not able to get a shot. They bring it back out. And there's a shot on goal. Good defensive play by the Warriors. Keep Kieran Burns from scoring another goal. Play resumes. Generals still in control. Warriors putting the pressure on behind the goal. Ball's in tight. Generals have it. Kieran Burns came up with it. Pass over to Peter Cook. Back to Burns. Shot goes wide. Well, as long as the Generals control the ball like this, the Warriors won't have any opportunities to score goals and get back into the game. When you've got a 10-goal lead, you're perfectly happy to work the clock. Karen Burns being contested back behind the goal. He passes off. Comes up top, another shot on goal. Wide, and Wakefield Warriors will take over the ball. Tight defense even at this end of the field. Pass is intercepted. Generals back on offense. Peter Cook fighting for a shot. Can't score. Score is still 12-2. But the Generals, importantly, still retain the ball. They'll start from behind the goal. Cook brings it out top to Cook. With their attack and their midfielders ringed around the goal, the Generals are keeping the pressure on the Wakefield Warriors. Back out top to Sam Fitz. He passes to the far side. And again, the ball goes behind the goal as the Generals taking their time. Looking for an opening in the Wakefield defense. Fitz up top. Passes to the far side. Ball gets away. But the Generals retain possession. They're on the move, trying to get a shot off. Passes down. And Wakefield comes up with the ball across midfield. Now they're going to give their offensive time to try to set up. Get some pressure on the Generals goalie, who's had a fairly easy night of it so far. The Warriors put pressure on in the first quarter. They did score a goal in the first quarter. They scored a goal in the second quarter. But mostly the action's been around the Wakefield goalie, who's had a tough night of trying to defend against shots and keep the Generals off the scoreboard. Generals with the ball again. Moving upfield. They've gone behind the goal again. They'll set up that ring offense. Phelan Burns on the near side being contested. He gets it away. We're back up top. Sam Fitz. Back to Burns. Back to Perko. As the Generals running the clock. 10 goals up. 5:28 to go in the third quarter. Sam Fitz now with the ball. Trying to move inside. Blocked by a couple of Warrior defenders. So the Warriors have quieted this Washington Lee offense, but that might not be enough. Wakefield needs to score goals of its own, get the ball back. Again, we're behind the goal. Perko running the offense from behind the goal. We go in tight and a goal. (13-2) now. It's that constant pressure. Good ball movement by the Generals around the area of the goal. When they come in tight, they often find a scoring opportunity. We'll go back out for the faceoff. Wakefield will send out, as usual, KJ Rukowski. And he'll be facing off against Jose Berengal Arroyo. 4:54 left to go in the third period. 13-2. Washington Generals up on top. Rukowski comes up with the faceoff. He's in motion. Still at midfield, though, giving his offense a chance to set up. Looking for an open teammate. Now the Warriors maintaining possession but not threatening the goal. Good run, but cannot find an opening. Justin Moore. Couldn't get closer than about 20 or 30 yards from the goal. Pass goes inside, ball is contested. Washington Lee has come up with the ball. So the Warriors have to find a way to maintain control and get shots on goal. Start getting back up on the scoreboard. Once again, Washington Lee sets its offense. Works from behind the goal to start. Ball goes on the far side. Pass inside to Sean Wilson. Kieran Burns lets it go. James Berlin behind the goal. In motion, brings it around. Shot on goal. Maybe less than 10 yards. The goalie was screened by defenders and Washington Lee players. So now it is 14-2. Washington Lee continue to push its advantage. .320 left to go in the third quarter. The Generals, 12-goal advantage. They're looking for break their 6-game losing streak. and head into Monday night's game against Stewart. That's an away game for the Generals. Head into that maybe with some winning momentum. And tonight they're up 14-2. Just under 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. After the face-off, the Wakefield Warriors have the ball. Rutkowski is being contested. He eludes the defender. They lose the pass, and the Generals have the ball again. That is Michael King who came up with the ball and got it in motion. Now across midfield. And the Generals back in motion. Philip O'Doherty lost control of the ball. Pass the way he'll sit down, and Sam Young will take his place for a while. And meanwhile, a goal was scored. So the Generals stole the ball, got it across midfield quickly before things had much of a chance to set up. Got a good shot on goal, and they're now up 15-2. We'll take a timeout now, both teams. Perhaps getting a bit tired at this point in the contest. We've had a lot of substitutions to try to keep players fresh. The Generals in a commanding 15-2 lead. The Warriors still struggling to control the ball and get shots on goal. Washington Lee has been contesting for the ball the length of the field. And often coming up with it before the Warriors can bring the ball down close to the goal. The Generals, for their part on offense, have done a very effective job of setting up, being patient, taking the ball behind goal, passing around, looking for that opening, finding someone open and getting off a quick shot. And they've got 15 goals to show for it. All right, 2:01 left to go in the third quarter. The Warriors will send out Rutkowski again on the face-off. For the Generals, it'll again be Jose Berengal Arroyo at center field, contesting for the ball. Defense for the Generals. Ben Perko. I'm sorry, for the attack for the Generals, Ben Perko, along with James Berlin. Very effective attack team so far in this game. Here's the faceoff. Washington Lee has it. Again, will take their time. They'll let the offense get set up. And for the face-off, Jose Berengal Arroyo steps out. Wally Schutz comes in for Berengal Arroyo. Ball behind the goal again. Comes out front to Sean Wilson. Back up top to Wally Schutz. Generals in a ring offense. They've surrounded the goal at a fairly decent distance. Emphasizing ball control at this point because ball control for them means clock control. And with a minute left to go in the third quarter, they're up by 13 goals. Looks like one of the players may have hurt an ankle or a knee. Play is stopped with just under a minute left to go in the third quarter. One of the Wakefield players being helped off the field. Hopefully nothing too serious. That's Neil Barrett, one of the players helping. It looks like Jamal Zagout, who's been in a lot of the action tonight. It looks like he may have hurt a knee or maybe an ankle. He doesn't want to put any pressure on on the leg. The coaches and maybe the trainers out there talk to him. I think he will be helped off the field and checked on the sidelines. So we take a break in the action. Generals up 16-2. He's not taking much of a break during this game. He's been involved in a lot of the action, I think, at both ends of the field. Midfielder getting a nice, appreciative round of applause. He'll take a well-deserved seat, and hopefully it's nothing serious at all. He's definitely headed for the bench. All right, we'll back out to midfield. 16-2 contest. Generals in a commanding lead over the Warriors. Just under a minute left to go in this third quarter here at War Memorial Stadium. Here's the face-off. Kowski comes up with another face-off. They're winning the battle of face-offs, losing the war of the game against the Generals. Kowski in motion. Runs into resistance, backs it out. Looks for the offense on the Wakefield Warriors to get something set up. Justin Moore now. Now the Warriors again working from behind the goal. They're showing more ball control than they've been able to show so far in the second half. Some tight action near the goal on the far side. Warriors looking for a shot, looking to shake themselves loose from that very tight and clustering Washington Lee defense. End of the third quarter now, with the score 16-2. Washington Lee, comfortable lead over Wakefield. Well, right at the end of the third quarter there, Wakefield was able to show some ball control, show some patience, try to set up a play, keep the pressure on the Washington Lee goal. We haven't seen much of that really since the first quarter. So if they're going to rally in this fourth quarter, they will need to continue that and show that offensive control that has been eluding them. For Wakefield, this is their last scheduled season game. Scheduled regular season game. They will be off next week until Friday when they begin the Conference 13 lacrosse tournament. The Washington Generals, this is their final home game of the regular season. They, however, will take on Monday. They'll take on Jeb Stuart High School, an away game for them. So they'll go out to Fairfax, take on the Raiders, and then they will wait until Thursday, 15th of May, for the Liberty Conference 6 tournament to start. Their opponent still unknown. If they hold on and win tonight, and if they win on Monday, they will even the record at 7-7 on the year, and more importantly, be entering the conference tournament on a 2-game win streak and some positive momentum. They've been able to show a lot of offense tonight, and that is a little bit of where they've struggled during the losing streak. They have just not had trouble getting goals on the board. Their defense has been a little too generous as well during that streak. But tonight, their defense has been stingy. They've only yielded 2 goals so far away for Warriors. Ready for the fourth quarter? Here's the face-off. Bit more of a struggle than usual. Washington comes up with the ball, and they are in motion once again. Very familiar refrain tonight. Washington in motion and setting up an offense around the Wakefield goalie and defense. Again, take it back behind the goal. They come out top now. That's Wally Schutz. Passes to the far side. And we go once again behind the goal. Washington has been using all parts of the field to their advantage. They've good ball control, keeping a safe distance from the defense. They know right now the clock is their friend. We're about a minute into the fourth quarter, and they have a 14-goal lead. Peter Cook up top. Cook gets the ball back. Cook steps back, gives the defense, gives his offense time to set up a play. Now Cook coming in. They clear the center part. Pass to the side. And Wakefield loses control. Washington Lee loses control of the ball. Wakefield now will bring the ball upfield. On the far side. To bring the ball down tight. Gabe Fernandez. Looking for an opening. Continues to control it. Passes to Rakowski. Rakowski back out to the top. To Andy Razavon. Justin Moore now. Back to Fernandez. And the Generals come up with the ball. So Wakefield achieves the stability and the control at that end of the field, but they can't work it for a shot. And the Generals bring it down. 9:28 now left to go in the game. 16-2, the Generals still in control. Senior night, some of these Washington Lee Generals seniors are having quite a night. Wakefield gets it to midfield. Loses control of the pass. Ball goes out of bounds and they lose control of the ball. So again, Washington Lee Generals able to set up their offense. Michael King coming in. Tight action around the goal. Washington Lee still with the ball. Goes outside, back up top for a reset. Tight action right down by the goal. Washington takes it behind the goal. And Perko now in motion. He finds, and the ball. Errant pass. Wakefield on the move. Fast break running the length of the field. Runs to the defense about 10 yards out from the goal. Has to regroup, still in motion, looking to get a tight shot. Shot goes wide, but Wakefield retains the ball. They got a shot off goal, which is something they've been struggling to do during the game. Now Wakefield, it's Wakefield's turn to be patient. Raymond Palmer. Goes down low. That's Rakowski on the back of the goal. Passes to the near side. They go back up top to Raymond Palmer. Wakefield showing some patience, trying to give their offense a chance to set up a play. But the Washington Lee defense continues to contest them at every point. Skirmish for the ball. And the ball will go to the Washington Lee Generals. 7 minutes left now in the game. 16-2. Washington Lee over Wakefield. Generals in motion. Tight action in front of the goal. Some heavy checking. And the refs decide a little too much checking. So the clock will continue to move, and Washington will inbound from behind the goal. Action on the far side. Again, the Generals. Large ring around the goal. Mercy passes inside. And a goal. Close action. Short range shot, but it's good. 17-2 now. With the Generals in command of the game. We'll go for another face-off with just under 6 minutes left to go in the game. Officials are setting. Players are down. On the whistle, a bit more of a struggle than usual. Rukowski comes up with it, can't control it. Keeps the ball though. Moving on the far side of the field. Double team by Washington Lee. For a little help from his teammates. And the Generals have taken over possession again. No chance with 5 minutes to go in the game to put their offense in motion. They come downfield. Ball goes behind the goal. Washington Lee still in possession. 15-goal margin right now as the final minutes of the game tick down. They're showing patience on offense, and they have every reason to. The clock is their friend. They can't control the ball there. Substitution now. Will Grossman back in the game for the Generals. All right, Wakefield. With the ball in motion. Loses control of the ball. Generals back on the attack. Sam Fitch charged the goal, but decided to back off, give his offense a chance to set up. They work the ball behind the goal again. We're down to 3:36 left to go in the game. 17-2, Washington Lee Generals over the Wakefield Warriors. All right, Wakefield. Had the ball, couldn't retain possession. Washington Lee takes over. Their attack offense will set up. They will inbound from behind the goal. Action on the far side. Back behind the goal. Pass in front. Ball gets away, but Washington is able to control it. Generals in attack formation again. James Berlin on the near side. Passes to Ben Perko on behind the goal. Ball swings around. And we're back up top to Sam Young. Sam Young to Berlin. Berlin to Perko. Getting down toward 2 minutes left to go in the game. Generals in no hurry to take a shot on goal. They just want to control the ball. Tight. Oh, and then the pass gets away. Wakefield Warriors temporarily have the ball. They can't get the ball upfield, though. Generals once again with the ball. Pressure on Perko behind the goal. Pass to the far side. We're down to 1:47 left to go in the game. Generals in command. Play resumes, and Wakefield has a chance to move the ball upfield. They pass to midfield. Trying to pressure the goal, pass down low. Shot goes wide. Warriors got a shot off on goal. Not a good angle. As long as you can sneak that in. And now the Generals with the ball again. The ball upfield. We are down to a minute left to go in the game. Once again, where the ball has spent much of the evening, tight around the Wakefield goalie. Ball's being contested close. Goes behind the goal. Washington Lee still in command. Down to about 30 seconds left to go in the game. And the Generals content to just run out the clock. Tight passes and good cradling. And very little time left to go in the game now. And that is the game. The Generals have won it. 17-2. They went out early. At one point, though, the score was only 4-1, 5-1 at the end of the first quarter. Wakefield still was in contention, but Wakefield struggled on offense most of the game. The Generals never seemed to struggle on offense. They were patient. They had good ball control. And they came away with a win. So next up for the Generals, the Jeb Stewart Raiders. We'll take them on Monday, and then we'll wait to see who their opponent will be in the Conference 6 tournament, which will start a week from Thursday. For the Warriors, still in search of their first win on the season, they will rest up and get ready for the Conference 13 tournament still to come. So this is Michael Shea, along with our Arlington Independent Media crew. We've had Heff Munson, Kim Durand, Kate Williams on camera tonight. We've enjoyed bringing you the action, and we'll catch you next time on Arlington High School Sports Lacrosse. Good night, everybody.